Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to Java Talkies. Today we are going to discuss about Project Reactor. In the last video, we discussed about Spring Wave Flux. What is the Spring Wave Flux? Why should we use Spring Wave Flux? What are the advantages and Project Reactor? So we are going to discuss in details about Project Reactor. Project Reactor is a fully non-blocking and asynchronous application with supporting back pressure. It is the foundation of the reactive stock in the Spring ecosystem, and it is used to build the reactor applications like Spring Flux and more. Project Reactor provides few libraries to build the reactive application like Reactor Core. The Reactor Core is a main module to build the application. It provides few publishers like Mono and Flux. It has set of rules to implement the reactive application. And reactor test, it is used to test the reactive application. It provides utilities to test the project reactor application. Reactor extra, it provides an extra libraries to implement project reactor. And reactor netty, the project reactor have default server called netty. It will run the project reactor runs on netty server. And reactor Kafka and RabbitMQ, it these two libraries used to publisher and consume the data from Kafka and RabbitMQ. And we have multiple libraries it will provide by a project reactor. Mainly we'll use reactor core and reactor test based on our requirement. Reactive specification. Reactor have set of rules to implement the projector reactor application. It have four interfaces called publisher, subscriber, subscription, and processor. The publisher is one of the specification in reactive. The implementation of publisher act as a data emitter. The publisher have a method called subscribe. So the publisher is an interface having one method called subscribe. And reactor project reactor provides two publishers. One is Mono and Flux. The Mono and Flux from reactor core library. The Mono representing 0 or 1 element. Flux, it is representing an asynchronous sequence of 0 to n elements. The second one, subscriber. The subscriber is the data receiver. So whatever publisher emits the data, the subscriber will receive the data published by the publisher. The subscriber is an interface having four methods: on subscribe, on next, on error, on complete. We will discuss all these methods in the next slides. The third one, subscription. The implementation of subscription is used to request the data from publisher and stop or cancel the data from the publisher. So the subscription is an interface having two methods. One is request, another is cancel. In order to get the data from publisher, we need to call request method. If we want to stop the data from the publisher, we need to call cancel method. The last one, processor. Processor is an interface, it extends subscriber and publisher. So what are the methods the publisher and subscriber have? So the processor also extends these methods. I mean these two interfaces. Like it is a combination of subscriber and publisher. So we will discuss in details so how the publisher and subscription and subscriber will work. So I will discuss the Project Reactor have two publishers. One is Mono and Flux. Mono will represent or emits zero or n elements. Coming to Flux will emit n number of data elements. So publisher is a data emitter and subscriber is a data receiver. So for example, we have list of employees. So we need to get the list of employees. Assume the subscriber will need to register at publisher using subscribe method. The subscribe method it is from publisher interface. So in order to receive the data from publisher, the subscriber needs to register or subscribe at publisher. In order to register subscriber, it needs to call subscribe method. Once subscribe publisher, the publisher will call unsubscribe method. Like, hey, I have data. Like, ask your subscription to request the elements. Okay. Then subscriber will call the request method, which is from subscription interface. Then the subscription will communicate with the publisher. Hey, subscriber wants n number of elements. Then so here we can see request. So we can ask how many elements of request you need. For example, I need 100 records, 100 employees from publisher. So the subscriber can call request method with 100. Okay. So once subscriber call the subscription, I mean subscription method, that is request, then the publisher will emits the data to the subscriber with calling on next method, which is from subscriber. So subscriber have method called on next. So the publisher will emits the data by calling on next method. So the subscriber is called, right, or requested, right. So to get the I want 100 employees data, then the publisher will emits the data one by one using on next method until complete the all records. While processing the data, while sending the data or emit the data from publisher, if while processing data, if we get any error or exception, so the publisher will call on error method, which is from subscriber interface with that respected exception. So if publisher will call on error method, if the while processing any error, then subscriber get to know, yes, while processing the records, we get some exception, so that subscriber will get to know, okay, subscription call on error method, so it will stop the data process. Assume so there is no error while processing the while sending the data from publisher. Then there is a case, for example, subscriber called 100 elements, 100 employees list, but here the publisher sending the elements with 50 employees per second, but subscriber don't have capability to receive 50 records per second. So it is slower than publisher. In that case, it will hang, right? So it's need to stop the data from publisher. Then the subscriber will call the cancel method. Hey, please stop processing the or publishing the data. Then publisher will stop the data. There are few scenarios. So when the cancel method will call, we will discuss in the next video, that is back pressure. So we will in the back pressure, we will discuss, so when cancel method will call, how to back pressure will manage. For example, while processing the data, so it requires 100 list of employees, then it will process all the records, then the subscriber get to know, right? So is that any data, is it come, is it a data emitter completes this data, so the subscriber don't know until publisher tells to subscriber. So in order to inform to subscriber, the publisher call the onComplete method, which is from subscriber interface. So once publisher call the onComplete method, the subscriber get to know, yes, it will process all the records which I requested. Then all the flow will goes like this. Hope you got understand. Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you.